Okay, we're back again.
Got kicked out, huh?
I hate when they do that. Does everybody know what an APS is? Attending physician statement. It's copies of the medical records.
Yeah.
So, you know, the way to get around the attending physician statement, you're really at the mercy of the doctor's office. So let me tell you what I did one year. This was a long time ago. I found out the name of the doctor's office, and I found out the doctor's home telephone number. So I called the doctor at 6 o'clock, and I said, "Is this Dr. Jones?" He said, "Yes." I said, "This is Robert Russell. You don't know me, but I am representing one of your patients, Sue Jones, who is applying for life insurance. And the reason I'm calling you at 6 o'clock while you're probably eating is because your office won't get off their butt and make copies of medical records to send to the insurance company. Now, if she dies, it's going to be your responsibility because your office is not doing their job. How fast do you think I can get medical records sent to the insurance company?" He said, "I'll make sure it happens tomorrow." I said, "Doctor, I hope that you do, because if they don't get them tomorrow, guess who's going to call you back tomorrow at 6 o'clock again while you're eating?" He said, "I can assure you they will happen." Sure enough, I called the insurance company at noon and they got the records. I don't play around with these doctors and these doctors' offices. You've got to be bold. And if you got to make the phone call to the doctor's office, to the doctor's home, do it. You're getting paid only when that policy is issued. And if you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs, waiting for somebody else to do the work, you're going to be waiting a long time. You got to be very proactive and in people's face. Okay, so follow-up. Carmen, how did you feel about that follow-up?
Yeah, good. I mean, I was trying to give you some pushback, but short, sweet, to the point.
Okay. Maurice, how did you feel about that follow-up?
Yes, I think same thing he was saying. You got to the point. You told him you compared them the two policies really well. So, yeah.
Is there anything about what I did that you would want to change to fit your personality? Because obviously you've got a different personality than I do.
Not much. I took some notes, so.
I do.
Who's that?
Lawrence.
Talk to me, Lawrence.
Yeah. What about, you did a choice close, which was good. Gave them the option, either this one or that one.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, when you say fully underwritten, or if somebody's got health issues, like if they got diabetes, high blood pressure, do you really want to do fully underwritten?
It's up to them. I tell them, I said, what I do is I tell them, look, we got two ways you can do this. There's going to be a paramed that'll come to your house, and he's going to take your blood, which means you got to stick a needle in your arm. Or you can do non-paramed, which means the rates are going to be higher. Which one do you want to do? And if they say no paramed, okay, then we got a simplified issue.
Right.
So yes, I do give them the option. But I tell them before we hang up the phone that insurance company's going to call them to do the health questions. They're going to schedule a paramed that's going to come to your house, take your blood pressure, make you pee in a bottle, get a blood sample. They're probably going to stick your finger, which I know they don't stick your fingers anymore. They actually do a vial. But I just tell them stick your finger, because I don't want them to think they're, pulling out the big old vials of blood. And if they have a problem with that, then we got a simplified issue.
Right, but Robert, if somebody goes fully underwritten and they come back and get declined, it's my understanding that they're red flagged and can't get insurance from anybody after that.
Not always. I had a situation where I had a applicant in Pennsylvania. This is the first final expense that I've sold in over 20 years. The lady is 83 years old. And the daughter called me and said, my mother needs life insurance. So we did 10,000 life insurance. I sent her the application. And the daughter filled out the paper. And I mean, I actually had to fill out paperwork. Here's the part that I left. I mean, it's paper. I hadn't done paper in 20 years. The daughter didn't ask the questions to mom. She just filled it out on her own. Insurance company, Mutual of Omaha, calls mom, 83-year-old mom, and mom says, I don't know anything about life insurance. I don't know anything. And so they declined her. And they sent me this long questionnaire asking why I took an application on somebody who didn't realize that they were doing it. So I had to give my explanation of what really took place. And Mutual of Omaha, they went ahead and declined her. And so the daughter calls me and she says, I want to try again. I talked to Mutual of Omaha. They said to send another application. So it's in underwriting right now. I don't know how to answer that question. Do they always decline them once it's been declined? I don't know what they're doing nowadays, you know, with coronavirus and all this other stuff. I have no idea. I think it's a case-by-case basis.
See,
If
we
they
were
run
always, we were always kind of trained to stay away from fully underwritten and go simplified issue.
It's going to be more. You're going to probably lose to somebody else if you do. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to do fully underwritten. I've always done fully underwritten. I had another guy that, and I think I told you all this story. This was a guy in Colorado that I sold life insurance to. And I talked to him, I quote him, and we do the application. And then, you know, the paramed calls me like 3 days later. She said, your applicant has said that he's not doing life insurance. And so I called him and I said, Steve, what's the deal? He said, you never told me I had to do a paramed. They're going to take blood. I said, yes, I did. We talked about that before I hung up. And he goes, well, you know, one of the questions you asked me, do I smoke? I said, yeah. And you said no. He said, I don't smoke, but I smoke.
In
Okay.
Colorado, not Colorado.
And I said, oh, you smoke. And I repeated it just like what he said, smoke. I said, well, then your other option is for us to change this to simplified issue. They don't do a paramed. It's just based on your answers on the questions on the application. He said, how much more? I said, probably $10 a month. And it was like 12. He goes, I don't care. I'm not doing a paramed. I said, okay. So we changed it from fully underwritten to simplified issue because he smokes. So the point I'm getting to is if you have somebody who, hold on, I got to, on the phone, can I call you back? If you have somebody who smokes, go simplified issue on them. It'll make it less painful for everybody. And ask them, do you smoke marijuana? I mean, it's going to be a common question nowadays because, you know, if they're talking about legalizing marijuana in all 50 states, the insurance companies are not going to be very happy about that one. Okay, do we need to do another role-playing session? And
Yes.
the answer is yes. One more, then we're done. Romel, are you with us? Romel's, he's gone. Joy, are you with us? Joy Mitchell.
I'm here.
Oh my God, she's alive. Joy, guess what?
Yes.
I have good news.
Okay.
You've been nominated to be one of our role-playing persons. Aren't you excited?
Oh, yay.
And you're going to do this with Steve Knight.
Okay. Hi, Steve.
Steve is going to call you because he sent you quotes on life insurance yesterday.
Okay.
So everybody take note of what Steve says. We're going to give him an analectomy when he's done. Tell him what he did right, tell him what he did wrong. Not to put pressure on you, Steve, but it'll be fun. Go ahead.
Hey, Joy, this is Steve. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
Doing well, doing well. We talked yesterday. I sent you some quotes. Did you have a chance to take a look at them?
Yeah, I got a chance to look at them.
Okay, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm not so sure.
Okay, why are we not so sure?
Um, I don't know about the price. It just seems a little expensive. And I'm concerned about my health as well.
Okay, we do have some options for that. What are you looking for as far as a monthly price? I think we discussed that at some point yesterday as well.
Well, I was looking to keep it at $30.
Okay. We should have some options on there on that quote for $30.
And I don't know if I can get that with my my diabetes and high blood pressure.
Okay. Maybe we should take a look at some of the simplified issue options. Did you see those on there? Or did you,
I didn't pay
maybe
that
a few
any
dollars.
attention.
I'm sorry. I meant to say maybe a few dollars more, but we can definitely take a look at that for you.
Okay.
Okay, let me rework these quotes. I did not realize you had some of that yesterday when we were talking, and I'll send them back to you and we'll go from there on it.
And when will you have that?
Send them to you today, and I'll call you tomorrow again about the same time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, I took notes. I'm going to see if y'all picked up the same stuff I picked up on this phone call. Steve, first of all, how did you feel about this call?
Not very good, because I would have taken care of the health questions on the first time around before the quotes ever went out.
Why didn't you do that?
That's what I thought I would have done.
But
she
you didn't.
brought up that she brought up that she had health issues, so obviously it wouldn't have been disclosed on the first time around.
Did you ask her on the first call?
Well, I would think that I would, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed.
So you're not sure if you did?
No, I would say that I did, because that's
Yeah. How
yeah.
would you ask her those questions?
On the health questions.
Yeah.
When I'm going through and doing the questions to get it all, get the quotes together.
Okay. Fran, tell me what you liked about what Steve said and what you did not like. Let's go with like first.
Well, he was very personable, and I think he made her feel comfortable, which was okay. The only thing is that it just didn't turn out the way that it was supposed to, because the health questions, he didn't come up with them. And I don't, maybe he should have said, is there anything significant health-wise in the last 5 years that you're dealing with? Maybe that would have helped out.
Okay. Anything else?
The thing though is that he has to go back now, and it's the second day that he has to call her back, and the chances are that she's not gonna. It's done, I think.
Okay, I disagree with that one, but go ahead.
I knew you would. I think that's about it, I think.
Okay. Maurice, you're the newest guy here. Tell me what you liked first, and then we'll go into what you didn't like. Yo, Maurice. Okay,
Um,
well, there he is.
I don't think I have anything else is different to say than anyone else. So I just was just
Okay, anything else?
nah. Like I said, I don't have anything else to add. I mean, I paid attention to everything. I just don't have anything else different to say
Did you
than
make any
everybody else.
notes while he was talking on the phone?
Yes, I took a few notes, but
What did you
I
write down?
just
What did you write down?
that one.
Okay, we're going to move on. Who else wants to volunteer their words of wisdom?
Yeah, this is Lawrence.
Lawrence, talk to me.
Yeah, it was really good. I love the fact that he got on and off the phone quickly because it's a time thing for me. I like that. And she threw him a nice fastball right down the middle. And I would have loved to seen him knock it out of the park when she said she had some health concerns with her diabetes and high blood pressure. That was a really nice opportunity to let her know that we have policies to, that she can qualify for to cover that.
Okay.
And then the last thing was, I wouldn't have rescheduled. I would have probably just, do you have 7 minutes? Go ahead and take care of this.
Who is working the diabetes market? Which one of y'all?
Me, Carmen.
Okay, Carmen, talk to me about that conversation.
Well, what I would have, the one thing I picked up on is when she said that I have high blood pressure and diabetes, and he said, okay, well, I have to work, new quotes for you. In my opinion, he didn't dig deeper. He didn't say, is that all? Do you have any other issues? What about neuropathy? Are you on any other medications? Because by not asking those questions, he's going to come up with a quote for tomorrow, and then she may come back and go, yeah, well, my doctor said my neuropathy is not going to get good. Oh, whoa, you have neuropathy? Now that's a whole new ball game, because there are companies out there that it's an automatic knockout if you take like gabapentin or something like that for neuropathy. So I guess my only suggestion would be, the minute she brought up something in regards to her health, I would have expounded on that and dug deeper and asked her if she had any other issues. Because you have this, and this, by any chance do you have COPD? That type of stuff.
Okay.
So that's really my takeaway. As far as me dealing with diabetics, I just this week, or actually the end of last week, started them as another niche market for myself other than Italians.
Okay, Carmen,
So,
Carmen, I hate to interrupt. Let's talk about Steve's phone call.
right. Well, you had asked me. Okay. So again, I would have dug deeper.
Okay. All right. So here's my takeaway. Mine are a little bit more nitpicky than what y'all have explained. But these are things that bother me. You said that dreaded word, which is almost as bad as the F-bomb. You know what that word is? Think. 2 words you never want to say. F-bomb and think. Because what you did is you planted the word think in her mind, and at some point she's going to tell you, I want to think about this. Because you gave her the word think, and she takes it, says, oh, I'm going to use this word on him later. I want to think about it, which is a put off. Never use the word think. Instead, say, how did you feel? It's hard to overcome feel, because now you're dealing with emotions.
I've never thought about that.
Insurance is an emotional purchase. It's not a logical purpose. It's an emotional. So never use the word think. If you say the word think, I want you to imagine that you just said the F-bomb. And that's the same about impact that you just made. Another thing that you did is she said, I'm not sure. And you responded, why are we not sure? It's like going to a restaurant and the waiter comes to the table and says, what are we having? And I ask them, are you joining us? Or when the nurse comes to your bed and says, how are we feeling? We aren't feeling anyway. How are you feeling? Because you asked we. Do you remember saying that?
I do now, yeah.
I mean, nitpicky stuff, but it's stuff that bothers me.
That's okay because I'm learning from it. Pick away.
And sometimes people just get totally turned off when they hear these cliche words like, how are we doing? Why are we not sure? Realtor. If you say, you didn't say this, but I'm just telling y'all for future Denise holiday. If you say the word realtor to a realtor, get ready because they're probably going to hang up on you. I mean, there's posts that realtors make that they post on their profile about people that use the words realtor. Seriously. And
I
they're
know.
adamant.
Yes, I know.
about that.
I meant to say realtor.
Okay.
And
I've got-
us Coloradans
I've got a realtor
feel the same way.
We play tennis with a group of people on Sunday, and one of them is a realtor. Her name is Colleen. And if you ask her what she does, she'll tell you, I'm a realtor. And I asked her one time, I said, what is that? She said, I sell real estate. I said, oh, a realtor. That's what I said. No, you said realtor. I said, Colleen, say lawyer, doctor. Now say realtor. She can't do it. Okay, anyway, moving on. Joy said one time, she said, I've got health conditions. And you were on a roll and you missed that and you kept moving on. I would have put the brakes when she said health conditions and say, well, tell me what kind of health conditions. The other thing, when she said diabetes, you never asked her, is that adult onset diabetes or child onset diabetes? If she would have said child onset diabetes, that's when I would have stopped the conversation and moved on to somebody else. I would have stopped right there. Because if they've got child diabetes, it's almost for sure, Carmen, you can help me on this one because you deal with diabetes more than I do, that's almost a guaranteed decline for child onset diabetes.
Yeah.
But you didn't ask that. That comes from experience. High blood pressure. You never asked her what she's taking. Like for me, I'm taking lisinopril, 10 milligrams a day.
Well,
So,
hey, Robert, I'm going to cut you up, but not for final expense.
we're not talking about final expense. This is
Okay.
life insurance. So hold
Okay.
on, Lawrence.
Okay.
So for the high blood pressure, the question you want to ask is, how many milligrams are you taking right now? And what are you taking? If they say something like lisinopril, which is what I'm taking, the question you want to know is, how many milligrams are you taking? How long have you been on that dosage? So if they say, I've been on this dosage for 4 months, the question you want to ask is, what did you take 5 months ago? Well, I took 5 milligrams 5 months ago. Now I'm taking 10 milligrams in the last 4 months. That means it's not controlled.
Worse. Yeah.
So what insurance companies are looking at is controlled means at least a year of the same dosage. Does that make sense, Steve?
It does.
I mean, these are simple things you need to catch up on and you need to ask people when you're talking to them. So those were questions that never came up. You probably never asked those questions when you asked her about health conditions when you sent out the quotes. Okay, then the other thing is, you said you're going to send out quotes today, which is good. I like that. And then you said, I'm going to call you tomorrow. Steve, do you have a crystal ball?
No,
Tell me what's going to happen 1 hour from right now.
no idea.
None. Do you live at home? I mean, do you work at home?
Yes,
Are you going to go anywhere after work today?
yes, planning on it.
Where are you going?
Grocery store,
How are you going to get there?
my car,
And what happens if you get a car wreck and you're in the hospital?
and I don't make it to the grocery store.
Are you going to call her tomorrow if you're in the hospital?
No,
And when you call her 3 days from now, when you get out of the hospital, you're going to tell her, sorry, I didn't call you. I was in a car wreck. And she's going to think, I wonder if he lied to me.
so maybe I just
Don't commit.
try to call her back and not put time on it.
Don't
Easy enough.
commit on when you're going to call her back. That's what you do. I
Okay.
never tell people when I'm going to call them back unless I know for sure that I'm going to call them back.
Good
Because
point.
Joy sees you, if you don't call her back tomorrow, as a liar. And you've lost that sale because now she doesn't trust you. Does that make sense?
Very good point.
So
Okay.
what do you say?
As soon as I get the answer, I will call you back. That's it. Don't commit to any time, to any day or time. Other than that, I thought you did pretty good.
Oh, well, I like the criticism.
You like a what?
Makes me better. I said I like the criticism because it makes me turn around and look at what I'm doing.
You know, that's why I tell y'all to record your conversations, to listen to what you're saying. I'm a pretty good tennis player. I played college tennis. I played LSU tennis. I was on the LSU tennis team. And I got my fiance to video me while I was playing, and she showed me the video. Oh my God, that hurt so bad to watch myself play tennis. I suck when it comes to a video. I am nowhere near Roger Federer. And the same feeling that I had when I was being videoed playing tennis, when you hear yourself on the phone, you're going to go, oh my God, I sound like shit. It's brutal. So I'm just warning you, record it, but you will learn a lot by listening to what you say on the phone.
And the call dialer can do that for you, right?
Yes, you can record your calls.
Perfect.
You only got to do it like maybe one day and you'll never record yourself again because it's just,
Too painful.
it's very painful. I mean, I've been doing this for 35 years and to this day, I won't record my calls because it's just, I mean, I say stupid shit that I'm going, oh my God, why did I say that?
We know why you say things.
Why?
Because you are that person. That's putting it politely.
You are that, I am that person.
You're that person.
Awesome. Glad to be known as that person. Okay, so next Wednesday, everybody's got homework. Here's your homework. Write this down. Are y'all ready?
Yep.
Update your Facebook profile. Get someone who is not your friend, that you're not friends with, to look at your profile and tell you what they see. Steve, you called me and you said my Facebook profile's all fixed now. And I looked at it. It hasn't changed at all, dude.
I looked at mine
You looked at it
and I
because
see
you're
it.
the user. You need to look at the public view.
How do you do that?
You've got to change it on your settings.
Oh,
Yeah, because I've got it showing. To me, it looks like it is, and maybe I'll go back and look at it again.
I almost
I think,
called you and verbally abused you, but I just let it go.
and that's why you don't record yourself anymore
Why?
because of that. Because you're that person.
Denise, I am going to block you from all Zoom meetings from here.
You can't do that. You cannot do that at all because I'll become a realtor
Hey, Carmen, do you think
and
Denise is
become a part of your
Italian?
group.
Carmen, do you think Denise is Italian?
She should be.
She acts like one, doesn't she?
I
Hmm.
watch enough Italian movies. There's Italian somewhere in my blood.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you probably are correct because there was a lot of craziness going on back in the 20s. All
Hey,
right.
Robert, did you record yourself the YouTube video on the phone?
Say that again?
On the YouTube videos that you recorded, did you record yourself on the phone?
He
No.
just does role playing with us.
No, I did a role playing one. I did a live calling session on Zoom
Right.
one time. This is probably about a year ago, where I made phone calls and everybody got to hear the other person on the phone, the back and forth. I did pretty good, you know.
That's what I mean. You got one like that,
Yes,
right?
I have recorded that.
Okay, good.
Okay, so you know your homework. If you don't show up, then I know that you didn't update your profile, and I'm going to call you a weenie.
What about creating a new profile that's just for business? Just like you said, you have one separate from your personal one. Would
Yes.
you
How do you do it?
suggest that?
Yeah, you can do it because I've done it. You have to use a different email address and a different phone number.
Okay.
Because if you put in your phone number, it's going to recognize she's already got a profile. She's going to do a new phone number. What I would do is get a Google phone number.
Google. Yeah, I have one.
And
Okay.
use that number and your new Gmail address for your login information for your new profile. Then do friend requests only to that niche and max out your friends to 5,000 with that special niche. That way you can do it exactly like what I'm doing. You can add people and then replace them with new people once you get them on your group that you've created in Facebook. That is the easiest way to do this. Oh my God, you just can't get easier than that. And then you can look at people, what they're posting. And like today, somebody was saying, there was somebody that said, who do I contact for homeowners insurance? And so I sent them an instant message. I said, hey, I do homeowners. Can I give you some quotes? They responded, instant message, gave me the address. I sent them quotes this morning. It was easy.
Okay, I know we've gone long, and just another quick question. I've seen on your website where you have different forms set up where you may not necessarily, you just ask all the questions. And what do? You just go and submit that to an affiliate or something like that, you know, to get the answers if that's something that you don't do?
For like what?
For like you have a JOT form and then on flood insurance. That's one example.
Yeah.
Is that what you do if you're not licensed for?
I'm licensed. I'm licensed to do
Oh, okay.
everything that I've got on there on my website. I can do,
Okay.
and I do the quotes myself.
So if I have somebody that needs to do that and I refer them to you, I get a referral fee?
I'm sorry, your voice went out. Yes.
Took a long time to get an answer on that one.
That's right. That's why you're that person. Like I said, I was trying to be nice to you, Robert.
Oh, I had to do that to you. Yes, you would get a referral fee. Here's another thing, just FYI. If you want to find an easy way to get business, trade your link, your back nine link, with a PNC person. So let's say that you have a guy that sells car and homeowners insurance who does not have their life and health license. And you say, hey, I will put your link to your website on my website, which will make people think that I do car and homeowners insurance. And if they go to that, and if they go to fill out the information, of course, you get the lead. And in exchange, you put my life insurance quoting system on your website, since you're not licensed to do that, and it makes us both look good. I don't know if I showed y'all that from eXp Realty, where I told them that I would give them my my homeowners quoter to put on their website. 191 people have requested my quoting system to go on their real estate website. So I've got 191 quoters on different real estate websites all over the United States. Does it cost me anything? No. And when a realtor is showing a buyer and the buyer wants to know how much his house payment's going to be, they look at homeowners, they go to get a quote, they run it, it comes straight to me. I run the quote and I send it to them. Now they know how much their house payments are going to be. Now I've got them captured as a lead because I sent them quotes. They're giving me everything. Social security number, telephone number, email address, date of birth. I've got everything.
Beautiful thing.
It is. So take advantage of how you're not marketing yourself and do exchanges with other people that are licensed to do what you don't do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I should have this video. Hopefully this thing is going to take 2 hours to download. And I'm leaving today at 4. So if you don't get an email from me today, it'll be tomorrow. I'll include the travel links sign up thing. I'll put the video. And then if you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you.
That was it. Y'all have got homework. Don't be weenies. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
See ya.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.